Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bish's RV today with an Arctic Wolf 3550 Suite, which is what they call their bed slide series, the Suite series, where you've got a big king bed slide up front, washer dryer hookups, and even a little desk in that master suite bedroom. Kinda cool what they did here. Arctic Wolf has really carved out themselves a cool niche with a floor plan like this. This is for, I think, folks who want a big space to spend some extended time in, but like, they're not done having fun yet. It's got a cool camp side outdoor, I don't know if we want to call it a kitchen because it lacks a sink, but you got an outside cooker and fridge. You could always have a little wash basin or whatever out there, you get the idea. But the fact is, it's something that's just as much fun inside as it is outside. And really that's kind of one of the ways that I see this floor plan being used. Like, if you just want a couple's quiet retreat, it would absolutely get the job done with that mini desk space. I could see this being a decent mobile work camper, you know, for job site projects or something like that. But if you're the type that likes to entertain and you want to have some friends over and you just want to shake things up and have a good time, I mean, like I said, you could hang out under the awning by that little grilling station where the drinks are located during the day. At night, you know, when the sun goes down, when the bugs come out, when, you know, it gets too cold or whatever, hop inside, kick on that electric space heating fireplace, flip on the Jumbotron, kick your feet up, have a good time. Like I said, it's a party inside, it's a party outside.
And this thing is big. I mean, she is a sizable coach, but shockingly lightweight for the size. That is something that Arctic Wolf and Hemisphere and Heritage Glen, the Salem and Wildwood kind of contenders within this category, do a good job of. I think East to West is also doing a good job of keeping their fifth wheels not too darn heavy, which is great. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, but the cost of trucks has gotten pretty extreme. Now, don't get me wrong, the cost of RVs has certainly gone up a great deal the last couple of years. I've talked about that at length in my industry update videos. And if you're new with us, if you're not familiar with those, definitely hit that subscribe button. About monthly or whenever I hear like a big interesting piece of information come out, I will put together like a special video kind of detailing that stuff for you. Now, what's neat about this one, we have a door side camp kitchenette cooking station, whatever you want to call it, behind that entertainment center. Now, when a lot of manufacturers do that, they build the entertainment center out into the living room, and it looks and it feels so bulky. But if you notice, they don't do that here. There's still a pushback and a recession into the entertainment area, into that slide. So it doesn't feel like it's over the top in your face. Now, putting you in the driver's seat here, let me give you the point of view from the theater seat, as it were. Notice how I don't have to point the camera way up. Instead, you choose to add a TV here. It sits nice and level with you. Now I'm at the left-hand theater seat. If I lean over, that's what it's going to look like from the right. I mean, obviously not too different. And you might notice there's no actual TV there. TVs are optional in these. And I have a real question. I'd really love some serious answers in the comment section on this. Do you want a factory TV? And understand when I say that, in this RV, you're getting, I believe it's only like a 720p high def, and I'm not sure they're actually, well, I don't see where they've run any wiring, so you're still going to have to supply some wiring. Or would you prefer to be able to go pick your own TV, like maybe you want a smart TV or something like that? I'm kind of curious to know what people think about that, because one of the things that I'm kind of wondering here is, you know, like when we go outside, you'll see this RV does not have a rear cargo travel rack. If you had to choose, would you rather have the factory TV or the cargo rack on the back? Or, you know, to be fair, would you like both? I'm open to all those kind of inputs and suggestions. Knowing how people want these equipped is really awesome and very valuable, and I want to make sure that we're doing the right job for you. Now, again, we've got windows all over the place. That's what I wanted you to see here. But if you don't want people looking at you every which way but loose, thankfully you do have some privacy opportunities here with our handy zebra blinds. Now, I'm doing a little bit of before and after movie magic on that, so that I kind of used to call them hypno shades, and I would move them live on camera, but it would actually, I've been told, induce migraines in some people, and I don't want to troll my viewers that way. You see, though, this is we're going to call it, you know, a couples model. You've got some decent guest capacity, though, and when I was sitting at that theater seat, you saw how there's, like, a great place for you right there to have a little conversation corner, as it were. Over here, though, it's not as obvious unless you really know to look for it. You don't have to have all those chairs there, especially handy if you only want a couples camping situation. Because this has a bit of what I'm going to call a 2+2 dining situation. You got 2 full-time chairs, 2 fold-away chairs. You might notice you're only seeing 1 fold-away chair currently. We will see the other one in a few minutes. Because remember, this has a little office station there. Down below, of course, electric space heat and Tootsie Toaster, and those things really do put out some serious heat. Very awesome in the spring and the fall if you just want to take some nip out of the air there. Now, above the camp kitchen cooker station, whatever you want to call it, just a monster segment of storage. It's actually so big, this gigantic poster, basically, to give you an idea of size, that is the same size as the tabletop right there. So that's how big and deep that is. Some big tote space or something like that, pretty awesome. Now, I try to share things I like, things I don't. Let me tell you a couple little things aren't my favorite. I don't like open face pockets. I do like the household and the USB outlets. I don't like how that bottom outlet is a little bit jihad. Windows that don't open, also not my favorite. I like that they include storage overhead here. I dislike that there's no kind of struts. What I'm wondering is if you couldn't put like a magnet hold back there where that handle touches the ceiling, that might be a very easy way to do that. I don't know, maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. We saw how that's, a guest hide-a-bed. It's gonna be like a 2 adult hide-a-bed, but look at those big side stands. Those are like dinner plate sized. Actually, here's a really good way that you can check that. There you go. That's an easy way. Like, knowing how big the storage is in something is really nice, but like when you're shopping for an RV, you're not gonna bring a dinner plate with you. Well, you don't need to. If you're ever visiting someplace, whether it's Bish's or any other place, open the microwave and take the tray out and just walk around with it and put it in cabinets for a minute and just watch the salesperson's brain just melt like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? And just act like nothing's wrong and just have your spouse be like, oh, it's just a thing that he does. He's got his nervous tics. This is heat and massage, by the way. Nice little trunk in there. You can keep your junk in there. I was about to say, I don't know that I love the location of that power outlet, but it's sunken back enough. I don't think it's going to bump you. I know that some people don't like how there's no like grease guard right here. That might be something you want to think about. That might be a little, say, plexiglass add-on you want to apply to it if you are, a campsite cook. And for those who are saying, yes, but grease also goes to the right, not just to the left. Well, there you go. That's all there is to it, essentially. We're going to see some more drawers in just a minute, but I love that big pots and pans drawer. I think that there's several places in this RV that could have a nice little wastebasket. A little bonus drawer below the 12-volt DC compressor fridge over there. That's 10.7 cubic foot of capacity. And it's kind of funny. If you don't want something this large, heavy, and if you're on a little more, conservative budget, or you just need you have a smaller vehicle or something like that, take a look at the 291 Arctic Wolf. I actually recently released it. And the reason I'm saying it's funny, notice the power outlets in there, by the way, that's unrelated. But in the 291 video, where this pantry is, the pantry goes all the way up to the ceiling, but you literally can't do anything with that space. And I said, why don't they open that up into the bathroom? Well, guess what, Carol Baskins? You know what they do in this exact RV? The exact thing that I think they should be doing in the 291 Little Brother. Funny, ain't it? I mean, it's not like knee slap, crap your pants funny. Like, hey, honey, come here, watch Josh. He talked about storage. No, it's funny. It's interesting.
Am I a clown? Do I amuse you?
Anyways, why do we put an S on the end of anyway? Anyways, down here, household outlets, USB plugs on the side of the island, easy to miss. You got 1, 2, 3 drawers, but you have no vents in the floors. Gotta get up and get down. Who remembers that song? Man, that's taking it back a little bit. I think that's when Bob Saget was still on America's Funniest Videos. Now, unrelated to America's Funniest Videos and Bob Saget, counter space number 1, counter space number 2, and then counter space number 3. What I like about this one is because the island is super asymmetrical, even if you're washing dishes or something, you still have prep space or griddle space with that plug right there.
Oh, make me some bacon, baby.
Now, up here in the bathroom, there's this big blank wall staring at us. You're going to see there's plenty of good news on the other side of that, but it's reserved more for the bedroom space. Just typical Cherokee, giant sink. I do like the counter space on both sides, and a spot for a wastebasket in the bathroom is, I think, a very highly undervalued target. There's good space around this toilet. In the photo, it looks like the right-hand elbow room's a little tight, but remember, you're going to slide that door out of the way when you're using the bathroom, unless you're like my Uncle Gary in the Walmarts, and for some reason he likes to have the door all the way open. Never mind that. 6.5 foot tall upper deck means excellent headroom in that rectangular shower. You also see up here, you're getting like the bigger fan. And remember, like I said, if you watch our videos regularly, this is exactly what I was saying they should do in the 291 Arctic Wolf. They should make this storage, like it doesn't stick out. You're not going to hit your head on it. Just give me that extra big chunk of storage in here. I think that is such a good use of space. Or, I suppose, you could always just punch a hole through that wall and open it up from the kitchen if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not unless you've had 3 Bang energy drinks and your name is Kyle and that's made of drywall. Then BAM! Bang energy drink! Punch stuff! Well, what's kind of interesting here, with the Arctic Wolf RVs, it's sort of like a wedding. There's something old, something new, something borrowed, and disco blue lights going on here above the bed. But thankfully, if that's not your preference, you can shut that down. Now, these come standard with, I think it's a 72 by 80 king, meaning getting a replacement mattress or sheets or something that can fit it. They do, it makes that very easy. Wow, all of a sudden I can't talk here. All I can do is make stupid, obscure pop culture references. This is that spot in the bathroom around the corner. Now, it's either just a big chunk of extra storage, or if you notice on the left-hand side over there, it actually has your washer-dryer hookups. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you could either put a combo in there, or if you take out like all the woodwork, or ask us to do it, I believe you could put a stackable in. The bed slide is not super high. Actually, I'm going to do a headbanger test on that before we close her up for road mode. In the meantime, though, I want to show you the rest of the storage. So in the closet, you have power outlets. Over here in that dresser space, you have power outlets. And then, of course, you have power outlets over at the desk space. Did not mean to jerk the camera that fast. I almost fell down. Sorry. And here is that other chair that went missing in the living room a minute ago. And on the left are my chicken legs. If I do that at full volume, I might blow your ears, but I can sound like a rooster and crow like Peter Pan on command if I need to. All right, here's the thing though. There's like 3 sections to this closet, but only 2 doors, which is not my favorite. But I'm not showing you just the campers I like. I'm showing you what the RVs have to offer you and letting you make a decision. A little more dresser space over here with like a shoe garage down below, not too terrible. And I tell you what, if you lay down at night, here's going to be the view. Now, allow me to flip the camera around and see if I can cold cock myself on the ceiling of this slide out. The things I do for you people. I think I'm gonna hit it. Here we go. Okay, I can't even look. Here we go. Ooh! I don't know how close that was. Ooh! I was sure I was gonna whack that sucker. Now you can see, I had a pillow in a normal position. I wasn't trying to cheat it or anything. It didn't even touch the little peach fuzzies on my head. And in case you're wondering why the bed slide isn't exactly framed up with the image, it's because I just wanted to mess with somebody that has OCD. I can't even spell OCD. How do you do that? Now, the bed, when it's closed, doesn't do anything to block the door. I've just got very little battery power left, so I'm only trying to do as few slides as I possibly can. Question becomes downstairs. And this actually has the same hiccup as the 291 Little Brother Arctic Wolf. You can get to the freezer, but the fridge is unfortunately blocked by that island. So an idea, I've actually called Arctic Wolf on this. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I said, why is it possible you can build a slide that's like 1.5 feet just longer, give me more countertop space, give me more prep space, and move the refrigerator over here when I can get to it? Do you think that would be a good idea?
And it's subjective, but I've always given Arctic positive marks for curb appeal. That's definitely something they do very well. This is what I'm going to call the Generation 2 Arctic series. They've been out for a couple seasons now. And one of the things that they really bulked up on in that what I'm going to call Generation from 1 to 2, it's not an official thing, that's just something that I've kind of coined. They improve their structure a lot. And that's something I've noticed. Like the people who have taken these home that I've talked to have been very happy with them. And I've said, how's the fit and finish? How's it held up? And a couple of people said, yeah, I had a couple pieces of trim fall down. I took care of that. But at the end of the day, I haven't had leaks. I haven't had problems. I just had a couple little fit and finish things that I took care of. And the money that I saved as compared to some of the big giant other fifth wheels that are out there, I really can't complain, Josh, And I don't ever want someone to have to feel like, well, you paid less, so you're going to get less for it. I don't like that. Sadly, if we're being real, that is the state of the RV industry. I could call a spade, and a duck, and I'm pretty sure there's some emojis on your keyboard to help verify that. But you get the point. Fact is, you are saving a mint here while getting a big and shockingly lightweight fifth wheel. What's also cool is this is not a drop frame, but that is a massive big old belly compartment in there. How big, you ask? Well, it's big enough. Fellas, if you get in trouble, you could literally spend the night in here. Yeah. There's a decent amount of sawdust all over me now. But hey, folks, I hope you appreciate it. I am willing to sacrifice clothes that I didn't pay for to do this for you. Now, how am I gonna grow out of here? Oh, God. Oh, it's further down than I thought. Oh, shoot. Oh, beach wheel. It's just, look at this. I should have really thought about this, because now I have to wear this dirty shirt for the rest of the day. And I'll worry about that later. I'll stay behind the camera for the most part here. That little corner pocket over there, kind of cool. They really just, they maximize the storage, because that goes under the steps. They just said, hey, there's an open gap there. Open it up. But they did it in a way that isn't expensive, and that's really who these guys are. They're very good at identifying what I'm going to call high-value targets and nailing those things in a cost-effective fashion. But again, we've still got that 30,000 BTU air system. We've got the fully enclosed heated underbelly, automatic leveling, the nice big stable steps. It is a single awning. There is no second awning option available on this, but the front awning doesn't suck by any means. Thankfully, the fifth wheel is big enough. There's plenty of room for it over there. And whether we want to call it a camp kitchen, convenience center, cooking station, whatever, I'm not going to worry about the semantics of the nomenclature, as it were. Fact is, you've got a nice fridge out here. That is 110 only, by the way. The fridge inside is 12 volts, so plan your power needs accordingly. Extra little household outlets over here on the side. You see the little ice maker, and frankly, as long as you got water, you got electricity, you got ice. Those things do one heck of a job. Now you notice, though, there's no built-in cooker, because it seems like no matter what a manufacturer includes, they're told it's wrong. If it's a 2-burner stovetop that pulls open drawer style, people say that sucks. If it's a griddle or something, people say, I don't like that. So what they do is they include their own propane quick connect down there, and they let you pick your own poison, as it were. There is an option, by the way, for a folding cargo rack on the back of these. I'm always a big fan of, because I think that makes a perfect place where, like, if you want to put a portable generator, a couple bikes or something like that, it's a good spot for that. You just make sure all the way behind the axles you don't overload it too much. Factory standard backup camera, no ladder though. So you can hear my voice, how my tone just changed. I don't love that fact, but I'm also not gonna make something up, you know? Now up top you can see the juice pack up there. You've got a 50-watt factory standard battery tender. You can also get an expanded package, and the controller on these can actually, I've been told, I haven't personally checked or tried it, but the controller can handle up to 500 watts, but I do believe you're gonna need to bulk up some wiring gauges to do that. By the way, a little pro tip here for you from your Uncle Josh. When you are setting up shop at your campsite, if you see one of your seals isn't fully wiped out like this, get your fingers back there, flip it all the way out, because if it's wedged in, it might not be making full contact. There might be a little gap in the seal, and you might have a leak without there actually being anything wrong with the RV. So there you go, free little tip today, cost you nothing, hope it helps. And if that little juice pack solar package isn't enough for you, even with the expansion, remember, we can always like custom craft you your own personal solar package. That's the kind of stuff we can do for you. We're a big place. We got good people turning those wrenches and running screwdrivers. You don't want me doing it. If I can plug a keyboard and mouse into it, I'm your guy. If it's a hammer and a screwdriver, not your guy. So check the link in the video description for pricing and availability, because we have these parked all over the nation for you. And if we're sold out at your nearest Bish's store, we can always basically steal inventory from one of our sister stores and get you camping so you don't have to wait. So when you're ready, we're ready. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We do everything else. So hit that subscribe button, and until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping. I wasn't sure what crap.